Hi everyone, this is Eric with TaylorTrader.com. Just giving you a video update. Trading room has still been live and active, been trading in there. I actually have not had a video in quite some time. I've been working on some background, back office things for the TaylorTrader.com day trading room. All right, I realized that I need to better put the setups that I trade, which I'm going to describe kind of in this video. The reason why I'm choosing this day is because it's today the Euro USD. We've actually had a cycle of what I call a T1, T2, T3, and T4 setup. I have about 4 variations of a setup off of the strategy, along with different execution models, just 2. They're quite simple, but obviously there's different ways and tactics to attack price action, which I am working on putting together video and material for the members in the past, and obviously members that are going to be potentially coming up into the room in the future. So let's just dive right into it. I have some trades to show everybody from yesterday and today. All right, just kind of zooming in into this. All right, so I'm going to explain kind of the setups. These are the executions that I have via the setups. But going into the actual setups on the chart, this is today's price action, of course, between these 2 white lines. And then as you can see back here, this was yesterday's price action, okay? So sticking through just today, what you see here, the first kind of setup that we had, which happened kind of overnight for US session overnight, Tokyo, and even basically Tokyo session. This is where the Europe session came into play right here. But basically getting into it, the setup that I had going in, actually set up from the prior day, I held the trade short. I had a T4 setup, but I'll explain that over here as I get over here. I basically remained short in this trade setup overnight, all right, which I can explain, all right. Obviously, I took profit overnight, but let me explain this. We was trading below the 50 EMA on the 60-minute chart, okay? Now, this is a T1 short setup that I have, all right, 60-minute 50 EMA bounce retest with the higher time frame trend, all right? So my members know how to execute this T1 short setup, and also I'm working on the video to better help future members in the area to capitalize on this trade. Of course, I'll show you the executions on it. So a T1 short setup, which set up there, which actually confirmed even a T2 setup, which just had you short Euro USD. All right, quite simply, the 3 and the 6 moving averages crossed over. There's going to be for members only, they have the material on how to execute that, okay? But just know that we had some continuation of this setup happen. I held it overnight. I started taking profits, all right? Now, going forward with the day, 6 a.m., about right here, all right? If I put kind of a line there just to show you kind of where I'm entering the day trading room, okay? Kind of make this a different color. Basically, long story short, with the Euro USD today, it basically was just a continuation short entry, T2 short continuation trade with higher time frame trend. Basically, just getting on the short side in the Euro USD for a continuation, milking that trend as much as possible. Now, news had come out and just exploded that Euro USD down to the downside, as you can see here. So this was yesterday's entries. I hit some targets. Continuation short. I ended up taking some profits more right before news, and as news came out, it kind of exploded price down into what I call a WMD, monthly, weekly, daily, all right, and which actually coincided or confluenced with what I call a T3B long setup, all right. The weekly price came in at 1.1689. You can see that represented on the weekly chart. It was a weekly low from last week. And again, I go through every morning kind of the higher time frame top-down approach for my members inside of the day trading room. If you want to see that, I'm offering a free weekly trial. So my members know just in the beginning of the morning that 1.1689 was going to be a price point of interest of interest for a long entry, which actually was set up as a T3B long setup. All right, and it also has to be. I have some orders in or execution orders on how to execute that, which we did. Now I will show you this chart. So it ended up being a T3B long reversal setup, which we got a reversal coming off that weekly level. All right, so I exited all shorts and actually got long the Euro USD down here. So I maximized my short setup coming into this. All right, took profit on shorts, entered a reversal T3B long, and actually started to take profits. Even like right now, I'm still in this trade here. So here's the executions on that. So 189 is where I bought in on that T3B long setup reversal play, exiting out of shorts from the T2 short. Again, you guys probably don't know exactly what this means, but you guys are not members, of course. It's the whole setup today. And then today, as you can see, we actually had a T2 potentially continuation to the short side here, but we actually had but because we touched a weekly level, we have a deeper retracement coming into the Euro USD from this little bottom here temporarily, where I got a T3B long down here, executions, okay, right here. And then I started to actually sell out of the longs in here, and I'm still long from that T3B long. I actually was waiting patiently for either a T2 short continuation with trend. I know you guys will understand that, but that did not happen, so I remained on the long side. I trailed stop, never came down, and I actually, since it turned into a T4 30-minute EMA crossover targeting the 50 EMA to the upside. We haven't got that just yet, but I'm going to see if I can remain long on this trade here on this T4 setup. Actually been selling out of this T3 long setup down here on that weekly level, taking profits and have some targets up here to even take more profits on this long setup. I added in on a T4 reversal EMA crossover, which again, you guys probably won't understand, but that's been working. And again, I was completely safe on this trade as I started to enter longs down here on that T3B extended at that 1689 weekly level. Okay, so long story short with this, I just remained short overnight. I kept with that as we were trading below that 50 EMA on the 60-minute chart. Managed to take profits on continuations to the downside, and then actually because we got extended on a T3B long reversal setup on the weekly time frame, okay, it extended on that 60-minute chart. Again, there's parameters in that I have for my members that know how to execute that strategy, and I was actually doing a little bit of a mini lesson during the trade room here, as there was nothing really left to do as we caught the short and the long today in the Euro USD. All right, so here's kind of like the executions to all that. This is a 30-minute chart. I started the process yesterday and then just continued that throughout the day here today. Now, sometimes, you know, I'll end up catching the lower, the high. I did not try to attempt to do that. All I was doing was not to be a hero here today. I just, you know, got out of all my shorts at a weekly low, and then potentially got long on an extension entry for a T3B long, which qualified. Again, you have to, I just can't explain that in this video. I'm already blabbering too much here. It's a lot more to explain. I have a whole program around how to catch these long and short intraday from a tier process from T1 to T4, obviously being T1 and T2 being the better trades, T3 and T4 being the counter trend trades, all on one setup, okay? Or I should say one strategy with 4 variations of 2 counter trend trades and 2 with trend trades, okay? So I already feel like this is going a little bit long here. Remain short for this week. This week, today's Tuesday, just the beginning of the week, and already kind of nailed a short and a long trade Monday and Tuesday. So pretty good there. I also did manage to catch some yen, some USD JPY longs. All right, I just entered a T2 long setup, okay? Just bought in, took profit on the extension. All right, moved my stop to break even. I didn't add in or anything like that as it was an extended move. I did not catch a reversal because it was not near a monthly, weekly, or what I call a WMD, was not near that, so I just broke even on the final last 10% of that trade. But nonetheless, that trade went from a T1 to profit target fairly quickly. On the pound yen, I managed to just scalp out a little bit long, took some profits, stopped out break even just for a 14 pip trade. This was a T3B entry. Again, I'm not going to really get into that as probably confusing already at this point. Again, the point of this video is to just kind of show, every day it does not happen like this. I do not want to point the picture that every trading day is like this, but I did want to take the opportunity as I was getting into some of the setups and the criterion and had a little bit of a mini lesson with some of the members that I have in here today. The room's already closed, so I took this time to kind of lock in this setup from 1 to 4, both short and long Euro USD for today. And here's the proof of the executions, long or short. And again, if you don't believe me or anything like that, I get it. It's okay. You can click that free trial and just watch me do this live every day as I'm about to take another target out on Euro USD. Again, targeting at least filling this space up here in the Euro USD, and I'll be all out this trade at or around that 50 EMA, as this whole process will be starting all over again with a potential T1 setup continuation trade to the downside. So again, it may be a different language, I get it, but because it's a whole strategy that I trade, and I marked it T124 as is TaylorTrader.com, so it's only right to do T with that. So with that said, Eric here, TaylorTrader.com. Long and short, T1, 2, 3, 4, a tiering system from the better setups to not so good setups on the tier system. Again, Eric here. You can click the free trial, TaylorTrader.com, to see me do this live Monday through Friday, Eastern Standard, 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern. Trade safe.